Hi guys, Rosie here. Going over my bookcases, I found quite a few books that I haven't read yet. So over the past few months I've been trying to get through them before Christmas and just see what stories I haven't yet encountered. I've still got quite a few left. Like half of my to-read pile is at university still, so I won't be able to touch that until I go back. But the other half is here at home, so I thought today I would introduce you to them and let you see what books I've got left to read. I don't think I've managed them before Christmas, maybe not even New Year, but as long as I get through a few it'll be good. So I'm going to start with the fiction ones, because I've got a few non-fiction, and just tell you a bit about them. The first is Les Miserables. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that, but it's by Victor Hugo, and I've had it for about 6 months now. I've been meaning to get around to reading it because I love the musical and I love the film, so I thought I might love the book, but it is massive and the writing is tiny, so I can only imagine how long it's going to take me to read. So I've kind of been putting it off, but hopefully I will get around to reading it soon. Next up is Sisters of Treason by Elizabeth Fremantle. I don't really know much about this, except for that it's a historical novel that's quite similar to Philippa Gregory and Alison Weir. My mum's read it and she quite enjoyed it, so hopefully I will too. Then we have Sauvé by Celia Rees. This has been on my bookcase for ages now, and I've always been meaning to get around to it, but it always seems to get forgotten. I think because it's right near the bottom of my bookcase, since it's an R and my bookcase is alphabetised, so I tend to focus on the ones that are at eye height, but now it's on my to read shelf, hopefully I'll get around to it. Next up is The Rule of Four. Another one I don't really know much about. I got it in a deal, as you can tell by this bright yellow sticker that's still on the front, but it says if you like the Da Vinci Code you'll like this, and I quite enjoyed the Da Vinci Code, so that already bodes well. Then we have The Black Book, which I got on holiday because I ran out of books, but I then found another book to read, so I read that instead. I recently read The Book of Souls, which is apparently quite similar. I'll be interested to see what this one's like, because I wasn't a particularly big fan of The Book of Souls, but I do like crime, so it depends which way it goes. Lastly for fiction is Here Lies Arthur by Philip Reeve. It's a retelling of the legend of King Arthur, and I absolutely loved the TV show Merlin, and I really like myths and legends, so this will probably be the next thing I'm going to read, because it doesn't look like it's going to be too much effort in the time leading up to Christmas, which has been known to get quite stressful, and just looks entertaining, even though it's probably for people a lot younger than me. For non-fiction, the first one I have is Bad Science by Ben Goldacre. This has been recommended a lot by my lecturers at university, so I finally got around to getting it, and I should probably be reading it before January because I have exams then, and apparently it's going to be quite useful. So that's probably going to be next as well. I tend to read non-fiction alongside fiction. There's only so much non-fiction I can take at one time. Then we have The Truth About Dogs and The Character of Cats. These came free, so I didn't buy them and I didn't choose them, but I do love dogs and cats, and I like psychology, so they'll be quite interesting to read. Maybe I'll learn something and I'll become a famous dog whisperer, or I'll just end up becoming a cat lady, and yeah. Those are my books to be read that are currently at home. I have about 5 or 6 in university, and a few still on my bookcases that I haven't worked out if I've read them or not, or just look too nice on there to remove and put in my pile, so hopefully I won't forget about them. With Christmas coming, the pile should probably get a lot bigger, so hopefully I'll be able to read some before that time comes. Maybe I'll just go for the short ones first and put off Les Mis even more, but yeah. And with the to read ones, I also have the 2 that I'm currently reading now. first one is Big Data, which is also for my course, and it is really interesting. I hadn't thought it'd be as interesting as it is, but as it's non-fiction, it does take a lot out of you in terms of concentration and actually processing the information. So I'm also reading The Queen and I by Sue Townsend, which is a lot easier on the brain. It's quite an old book, which I picked off my parents' bookcase, so I thought it looked quite funny. So yeah, those are the 2 books I'm reading now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. More will come. Yeah, goodbye.